Never seen anything quite like it. The travel ban, all of a sudden he denies that, thinks it's fine, thinks it was good. But how about fracking? And you need that. It's basically your fossil fuels, your energies. We would have to close many of the plants, a big percentage of the plants in our country if we didn't do this. We have these massive plants, and they're not going to run by wind, and they're not going to run by solar at this point, and maybe at no point. But we have natural gas, which is really very environmentally friendly. We have all sorts of things. We're the number one in the world now in energy. We've done a great job with energy. And you look at what you're paying a price per gallon at your car. People are saying it's unbelievable. They're paying less than $2 in many cases and going down even. And they can't believe how well we've done. We don't need to be in the Middle East other than for the protection of Israel. There's no reason to be there from the standpoint of oil. But we have allies, Saudi Arabia and others, that have been really spend a lot of money here and treat us well, and we'll take care of a lot of our people. We have some very good allies over there. And Israel, of course, we help Israel a lot. We took out Soleimani. We took out a lot of problems they were having over there, or they would have without us. Without us, I don't think any of them would survive for very long. But we don't need it for energy anymore. We're energy independent. It's an incredible feeling. I guess it's the first time we've ever been, or at least for many, many decades, energy independent. And you look at the price of energy. If Biden never got in, he was talking about no fracking very strongly. And his super liberal running mate, who's the most liberal person, more so than Bernie, rated the most liberal in all of the Senate, Kamala. If you look at what she said about fracking, there won't be any fossil fuels, there won't be any fracking. And they were all disciples of AOC and AOC plus 3. And it's ridiculous, but they constantly talk about no fracking. Then all of a sudden he sees his poll numbers going down, and he sees, Texas wants oil. I say they're against guns, they're against oil, and they're against religion. That doesn't do well in Texas or Pennsylvania or North Carolina or just about any other place that I can think of. And it's incredible. But they'll change in an instant and pretend like nothing ever happened. They'll say, "Oh no, I'm okay with fracking." He said it the other day. Biden said it the other day. He said, no, fracking is okay. We're going to grandfather it. We're going to do something with it, but fracking's okay. And yet he just ran for months and months where he's fighting fracking. And I don't think she could possibly say it. She's been fighting it for years. But the bottom line, they will go back to where they come from. Where they come from is no oil, no fracking, no drilling. Religion, look what they're doing to religion. They don't let your churches open. They let a casino open, but they won't let your churches open. They'll let protesters protest in the streets without masks by the thousands, but they won't let your churches open. So it's religion, it's oil, and it's guns. And those three items alone, how can anybody even run? George Washington and Abraham Lincoln as a combo, as a combination, couldn't win. But this is what we're up against. They changed their view, but where they're going from and where they're going to is where they originally came from. And that's none of this stuff. You're not going to frack. You're not going to have energy. And our nation's going to have one of the best years it ever had next year. Last year was the best year we've ever had. Next year is going to be better. And this third quarter coming up, and the numbers are going to be out before the election, those numbers are going to be fantastic. You watch.